We got ourselves team 1 with Hip. We got ourselves on that team Rob. We got ourselves vibing. Chopper and Unstoppable. It looks like Hip is going to be going up versus Anheim in the opener, huh? Anheim is trying to see if he can avoid him. Does slide in around the guy. Trinkets out of the storm, but with a trinket back. Massive condemns by the warrior. What was that condemn? Half your health was just gone in a single global. And he's still under a lot of pressure. Anheim trying to go for a massive hunt. Parry up for Hip. And Anheim flying up in the air. He's just like, you know what? I want to be in a whole nother stratosphere from you. Try to go for a big old port. Anheim tried to punish him while in the air. Hip should be able to maybe get a shot. What is that range on condemn? What is that? You hit him from another zip code. Nice charge. Oh, what the? This looks like almost like a scripted fight. It looks too perfect. Anheim not looking all that good. Neither does Hip as he goes in for a little bit of extra health. Anheim needs to get the hell away from him. What is that condemn range? It's not a spell. You're not a spellcaster. You're not a wizard. And Anheim, does he just die? Oh my god, I think he just died to an auto attack. Hip and barely any health either. Does he have a dot on him? Oh my god, that was interesting. I don't know what just happened. Like, oh, goodness. Wim's up next, apparently. What is that range, chat? I gotta ask, what was that range on Condemn? That seemed like much. Going in a battle stance, he's feeling good after that first win. Hip, trying to see if he can take down Wim. These Condemns are just hitting from a whole nother state. Whole nother province. My goodness. Trying to go for Doro Shadows while also not get interrupted by Wim, and looks like Wim might actually have him here. Fire blasting him at the very end. Hep had a really aggressive damage there. Death sentence? Wait, do you think it's death sentence? I thought death sentence gives you like a little charge, but maybe that's what it is. Chopper gonna be up next, trying to go for the grippy hand as a Frost Death Knight. Wim is gonna trick it out of the CC. Chopper does have a lot of damage to Wim, all the time keeping him barely alive. The grip comes in immediately. And Wim just saw his end for a second. He's freaked out a little bit, put himself on ice. He'll just freeze himself. Maybe he'll come back in another century. He'll come out of cryo and be like, what day is it? What year is it? Oh no, it was like 12 seconds after. You're still fighting Chopper. He's like, damn it. I don't want to fight him. Grim by Chopper, but he is rooted down. If you could go for a big old, oh, not gonna happen. Chopper does have quite a bit of range to his abilities. Trying to make Mirza Torment happen is gonna apply to Chopper as he is getting that extra friend with him. And Wim trying to see if he could walk him through the frozen orb. Chopper trying to avoid the frozen orb as best as he can. Actually silenced and rooted, which is a pretty bad position to be in as a death knight. Quite a lot of the abilities are technically spells. So if you're silenced, you can't interrupt. You can't grip, I don't think, either. I think only defensive you can use is maybe IBF. That way you don't need to be silenced on. So it does become kind of difficult. Wim trying to juke out the interrupts from Chopper, but Chopper just continuing to assault him, man. This Frost Death Knight not letting the Frost Mage go. He's going to be the better Frost by the looks of it. And it's going to drop down the anti-magic zone as the Ring of Frost is still up. Should be able to walk the Ring of Frost if he needs to. Are you trying to hit him with a flute? Are you doing the same thing again? I think he's trying to hit him with a flute. And the animation looks weird. You look like you're punching him. You look like you're just punching him out. Not even using a weapon. You're just punching the guy. Poor Wim. You are using a flute. I think that's what he was doing last time. He was trying to beat people with a flute. Actually brutal. He's got a flute. He's trying to see if he can catch Wim. It's like, I fear no man. But that flute, it scares me. Polly onto Chopper. Wim might be able to get himself a setup. Dice of Ice form back up and running. Chopper, though, the extra helping hand is there. Wim has nowhere to go. Try to go for a stun onto Wim, but the Ice form stops it. But the big damage of Frost Death Knight just trucks him down. The better Frost by the looks of it, boys. And it's playing like instruments and stuff. He's like playing air guitar. He's just playing air guitar, punching people, beating them with flutes. It is a Vulpera with a crown, like. Oh my goodness. Broton is up next, the Feral Druid. Trying to see if he can open up with a Cyclone onto Chopper. Looks like Broton, not Feral. I was wrong. Balance instead. He's gonna see if he can just convoke down Chopper. Does he have the interrupt? He does go for it late. I'm surprised Broton's convoke didn't just obliterate Chopper in those few globals that he had it. Does have incarnation, so that is a lot of damage for the Boomy. Chopper is gonna have to deal with this because he actually is out of defenses, but looks like Broton is on the defensive himself. Stunned, Barkskin is not even gonna be enough. It looks like the Barkskin barely keeping him alive. And Chopper just still has so much pressure. The Chain of Eyes is keeping him down. Bash onto the Vulpera Death Knight for a second, does not sit it long at all. AMS back up, so he's actually basically immune to majority of magic hits. He's gonna grip Broton out. The big Oblitz making the play though. Them Obliterate is still hitting hard. He's just going in trying to beat him with his fist, and the Dragon Airstrike comes from above. Chopper just being a savage here. Lamar up next as Enhancement Shaman, looking to see if he might be able to best the Vulpera. All those wolves, all those pets are actually doing quite a bit of damage to Chopper. Might be able to go for a little bit of self-heal. We are going to be getting into the dampening. And that's the one disadvantage that Death Knights have nowadays. Lots of damage, but no healing at all, or almost no healing. You can sacrifice your pet, there's Death Pact, Lichborn, Death Coil yourself to full if you have runic power. Maybe Death Strikes if you have run Transfusion, but that seems not as good anymore. How is Chopper healing so much? We didn't hit him to high dampening yet. I think that's what it really comes down to. I think he just kills his enemies before they kill him. He just outlives them. Extra helping hand with the helping arm comes in. Lamar is going to have to wall this off. Does have Counter-Strike Totem. If Chopper does eliminate it, I was going to say if he doesn't eliminate it, could be bad news bears for him. Lamar trying to see if he can survive Chopper for just a little bit longer. Try to see if he can live him. Chopper walking away from Lamar. He sees he has some cooldowns. Trying to go for a flash grab behind the pillar. That's going to be a pretty big shield at this point. And a pretty decent DR if you're channeling it into your enemy's face. And Lamar is actually kind of on the defensive right now. He's walking away from Chopper. He's trying to get away from him. And Chopper got some cooldown, not even cooldowns rolling. I guess just the consistent pressure. Lamar does activate Ascendance, but the stun comes in, trinkets, and Chopper is nowhere to be found. Just Chains of Ice him just to get the hell out of there. Trying to stay ahead of Lamar while in Ghost Wolf as best as he can. Does summon yet another pet. He always makes sure to have those pets around, and it looks like he just kind of keeps them on cooldown. So he always has a pet to kind of sacrifice from the health. Big chain hovers for Lamar. It's going to hit Chopper as well as the pet and heal himself. But Lamar no longer with a wall. Half totems down. What was that? Chopper came in with an Obliterate, split the boy in half. What the? Oh, he got the flute back. That's the problem. Never gives this man a flute. Belly is up next. Chopper trinkets out of it. Chain of Ice onto Belly. Does get knocked down for a second. There goes the Death Pact. As he keeps playing air guitar, giving thumbs up to Belly over and over. He just keeps giving us thumbs up. There goes the flute again. Belly, be careful. He has the flute equipped again. Watch yourself. That is the strongest weapon a man has ever seen. A Vulpera with a flute. Death of Vulpera with a flute. He also gets stuck in animation, like he's constantly walking forward. It's kind of funny looking. He keeps giving us thumbs up over and over. But is it DC'd? Nope. It looks like it was DC'd. It's like his cast animation is constantly running now. IBF available. Chopper does force a big defensive out of Belly and just gonna go with Chain of Ice. Guiding him around. Big lead by Belly, but still Chain of Ice holding him down. Belly at this point needs to get a good setup. It looks like Belly getting gripped in all those leaps and charges. And Chopper is going to play with you only when he wants to. Big helping hand. Does get a disarm on the Death Knight, but I don't think it's going to help. Belly's in a bad spot. It looks like the Vulpera with a flute and a thumbs up is just going to end up winning this duel. That is so troll. A Vulpera with a flute constantly giving us thumbs up is the winner of this duel. Imagine queuing arenas and you run into Chopper with a nice little crown, flute in his hand, thumbs up in the other, and it beats your booty like a drum. That is just the coolest combo. It's like the most troll combo, and he obliterates people too. Like, Jesus.